All right, Jake, let's talk Alabama. They get in um, number 9 seed going on the road to Norman to play the Oklahoma Sooners, a team who's beat Alabama back-to-back years. Last year took it to them in Norman. This year, uh, Alabama more or less handed it to them on a silver platter with the turnovers. I mean, they
Yep.
nearly doubled up the yardage on Oklahoma, but give credit to Oklahoma. They come to Tuscaloosa and get the win. This is, in fact, the first game of the entire college football playoff. It'll be Friday, December 19th at 7
Mhm.
Central on ABC. Just your early thoughts on that matchup, Jake, and how you feel about Alabama going into that matchup.
Well, number one, I'm glad it's December 19th because we got to get some guys healthy. We're like you mentioned earlier, Stacey. It's not an excuse, but like more than half of our 22, starters are on the availability report, and they're out right now. So we got to get some guys healthy. Got to and got to you know just start especially offensively, gelling together as a team again. Just got to find some kind of spark offensively, and they've got two weeks or so to figure that out, and I think they will. We saw how you know outside of the turnovers, everybody talked about how good Oklahoma's defense is, and they are. This Alabama team put up over 400 total yards against them, so we can move the ball against this Oklahoma defense. We've already done it before, a few weeks ago. We just got to finish drives, and we got to, not take care of the football, and not having any forced turnovers. But I really like the matchup. I think, it's going to be a great game. But I think Alabama, if everything, plays out well, I think they can win this game. It's going to be tough going to Norman, but Oklahoma has not been the same since Materia got hurt. He didn't really have a great second half this season, and now they're going to get him a chance to get a couple of weeks healthy as well. But I just like we match up well against Oklahoma. I feel like defensively, and I think we can force a few turnovers of our own and swing the momentum in Alabama's favor in this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is all about Alabama getting healthy before that matchup. 12
Mm-hmm.
days until that game, so you have some time to get some guys healthy. Key players like Josh Cuevas, Jam Miller, LT Overton, Kelby Collins. You get some of those guys back in your starting lineup, and you'll feel a lot better if you're Alabama. We can talk more about the struggles of the Alabama offense, leading up to the actual game. But overall, if I look at this matchup, I'm with you. I like the draw that Alabama got
Yeah.
because when I look at matchups, I look and it's not always the case, but when you play teams, it's like it's about the dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And so outside of Alabama, the teams with the most dudes on their roster, and I know this doesn't mean everything all the time, they're on the opposite side of the bracket in Ohio State and Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So Alabama, I mean, you beat Oklahoma, then you get Indiana, and then you're going to have a Texas Tech or an Oregon to deal
Right.
with. So, I mean, I like the fact that you're not getting a Georgia or Ohio State until the Natty.
Right.
And so I think if you're an Alabama fan, that makes you feel a little better because you can make a run here and kind of start playing some better football. Maybe get your mojo back, get some confidence back on the offensive side of the football, get some energy back, and start playing some of your better football. Because have still yet to see a 60-minute performance from this Alabama team, both offensively and defensively at the same time.
Right.
And so I think maybe that could happen. Maybe we don't see that this year. But I still think it could happen on down the road here in the college football playoff, and no better time to start than in 12 days against Oklahoma there in Norman.
Right. And talking about going on a run, Ohio State was sixth last year when they went on their run, and I think if I remember correctly, they had a pretty favorable draw as well, and they ran the gauntlet, and credit to them, they did it, and they got in, and they won it. So who's to say Alabama can't be like that this year? Favorable draws. I think they'll match up well, like we said, against Oklahoma. If they get past Oklahoma, they match up well against Indiana, and then Texas Tech, they got speed, but I think Alabama can handle them. Oregon, same way, I think will be good there. So, like you mentioned, Stacey, getting either Ohio State or Georgia in the national championship game plays out really well in Alabama's favor here.
Yeah, and look, you gotta win the first one to win the next one, so it's all about Oklahoma right now if you're Alabama. You don't need to be looking ahead to what's next
Right.
because all that matters is getting healthy and getting ready to play Oklahoma because, you know, a lot of fans, a lot of people, uh, are all over social media blasting Ty Simpson, blasting Ryan Grubb,
Mm-hmm.
blasting Kalen DeBoer, wanting everybody fired and all that stuff, and, whatever, you can all think that, everybody can think that, but all it takes is for one moment to happen
Right.
and it flips the script. We've seen this offense be really good. So we know it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Can they find it again? Because if
Right.
they find it again with the way the defense is playing, this Alabama team is as dangerous as anybody in this playoff field.
Yeah. Right. And I think, this team, we haven't seen, we talk about Stacey, we've not seen a complete performance from Alabama yet. I don't feel like this season, you know, against a good opponent. Maybe you could say they look really well against Tennessee, but putting it together offensively and defensively on this in the same game, I don't feel like they've really done that yet. Defense is playing out of this world, and I've said it's playing championship football right now.
Mhm.
If we can get that up, that level offensively, Alabama has just as good of a shot as anybody in this field, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Mhm.
right. The defense is playing good enough to win a national championship.
Mhm.
Now it's about the offense finding some consistency and moving the football, whatever they have to do, keeping Ty upright. And if
Right.
they do that, Jake, this team is going to be really, really hard to beat.
Right.
I mean, you don't go into Athens, Georgia and beat Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs without having something about you.
Exactly.
This
Yep.
Alabama team has something about them.
Yep.
There's something there. Now it's
Mhm.
about finding it at the right time, getting hot at the right time. It's almost like March Madness. When March gets here, you throw everything out the window. It's a whole new season.
Right.
Who
Exactly.
gets hot right now?
Yep.
And if Alabama can get hot right now, then people will soon forget the way the regular season kind of finished out and how they kind of limped along the back half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing is getting in this playoff will, I think, help Kalen DeBoer get that monkey off his shoulder, get
Mhm.
all the noise off of him, because everybody, I've already seen some of the Alabama, beat writers talking about, well, his season should probably get hot if he don't make the playoffs this year. I mean, it's been 2 years and he's won 10 games this year. Just, people need to step off the ledge a little bit. I really think Kalen DeBoer is the guy that we need to lead this team post Saban era. And we need to change our expectations. No, I'm not talking about, we want championships, but we need to come off that ledge a little bit and just realize it's going to take probably another 2 to 3 years for him to actually get the top players he wants. Next year, he's getting a lot more of his players in. We talked about the offensive line and the recruiting there, Stacy. He's getting those guys in for next year. Let them get experience. This team's about to take off, and I really feel like Kalen DeBoer. I mean, he's a top 5 coach in the country right now. Honestly, we just got to just give him time to make his changes and make it his program, and this team's going to be elite.
Travis wants to know which
Mhm.
performance you think was worse, FSU or Georgia. FSU by far to me.
FSU, yes,
I
yep,
mean, uh, that was a complete disaster performance, both offensively and defensively. I thought the defense played pretty good for Alabama yesterday. They were put in some very, very inopportune spots and didn't get much help from the offense.
yeah. Let's see, Stacy. In the Florida State game, Alabama gave up 382 total yards to
Yeah,
Florida State.
Georgia didn't even
Yep.
get to 300.
No, they got 297.
Yep.
So again, talking about defense. Defense is playing really well right now. They got put up in a couple bad situations. But we was talking about in our Discord, Stacy. Here, if you haven't joined our Discord, please do. It's fun time in there. We talk about a little bit of everything: football, basketball. We even have an off-topic section where we just talk about anything. But you know, well, where was I? What was I going with that? I done lost my train of thought there, but I had to do something about this team. But anyway, I done maybe I'll come back to him in a minute. I done forgot what it was.
But yeah, Travis, to answer your
Mhm.
question, I think it's most definitely FSU because I
Mhm.
mean Georgia's a really freaking good team,
Right.
and they owed us one. They owed us one for sure.
That's what it was. I'm glad you. It's the Georgia thing. Alabama only gave up one touchdown drive that was over 50 yards. It was 57 yards yesterday against Georgia. The rest of them was like 34, 20. There was
It
one that was like 12 yards.
it was
You
so
know.
much like the Oklahoma game.
Right. Exactly.
And I hate to
So,
say those type things because it makes it sound like we're taking away from Georgia, Oklahoma.
mhm.
But my gosh, how much Alabama had to poop their pants to to
Right.
to for that to happen. I mean,
Right. Mhm.
so a touchdown for Georgia come off a block punt,
Mhm.
a Ty Simpson interception,
Mhm.
and then we went for it on fourth
Fourth
down
and 2.
inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
So 21 of their 28 points came I, in part, not all of it, in part because Alabama couldn't get out of their own way.
Right. Yeah.
Not to take anything away from Georgia. And the same
So
thing can be said about the whole Oklahoma thing. It's
right.
even more so in the Oklahoma thing.
Yeah.
It
Right.
was a series of unfortunate events for Alabama in that, for sure.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. But you know, I think Alabama is one of the 12 best teams. I think they're one. Honestly, at the end of the day, Alabama I think is a top 5 team for sure. When everything goes well and goes their way, they're one of the best teams in the country.
Well, and that's why I get
Mhm.
so sick of reading online people talking about Alabama is not one of the 12 best teams right now. What do you mean? What do
Right
you
now,
mean?
yeah, it's a body of work,
It's
not
about
about what
body of
happens.
work. That's why you
Yeah,
play 12 games.
yeah.
I mean, that's such a short-sighted way to look at things.
If they're only going to do, you know, right now, then we don't need to start
Then just give
playing
Georgia the
football.
national championship.
Right. We just need to play the SEC championship game just one time, let it go, and that'd be it. Whoever wins is in, and that's champion. I mean,
Because
that's just
right
ridiculous.
now, right now, Georgia is on a heater.
Right.
So what I'm saying is you so you can't have it both ways. You can't use the argument, well, they're not playing like one of the best teams, so they shouldn't be in. But then and not also say, well, right now Georgia's playing better than anybody, and then you rank them third.
Right.
You can't
Yeah.
have it both ways. It's
Hmm.
body of work
Yeah. Exactly.
from week one to right now. And I want to reiterate something that I've already said. Nobody in the playoff field has a top 10 strength of schedule besides Alabama.
Yep. That's right.
All right.
You know, and again, it's not an excuse, but when you play the gauntlet of a schedule, as I've been played, and I know everybody's been making fun of, well, who do they play November 3rd? Doesn't matter who we play before, pre November 3rd. You know, I mean, they don't want to talk about that, but they want to talk about us playing Eastern Illinois late in the season. So, I mean, when you play that type of gauntlet, I think it's all right for us to have a cupcake eventually.
Well, and that's going to go away because we're going to
Mhm.
9 SEC games next
I
year.
know,
So
right?
next year it'll be I don't know, Florida
Have they even
or
released that yet?
Texas. No, I don't know who it is. It's Mississippi State. It's
That's
Mississippi
right.
State,
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
who's an ascending program, by the way.
Right.
Went from 2 wins to 5 wins this year. Jeff Lebby
And
going into year 3 with a really good young quarterback.
yes, and and Mississippi State was in all their games.
Yeah.
I mean, they were what
They
big
they
against Texas.
they dropped the ball against Tennessee and Texas. Should have won both those games.
Yeah. So I mean, ascending. There
Yeah.
you go.
So
Hmm.
once again, you're in another freaking you have to play another game
Mm-hmm.
where you're beat up because I think
Yep.
they're going to one bye week next year is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Good grief.
I mean, What are you supposed to do?
What they should do, Jake, is do away with you play one non-conference game and 9 conference games, and you do 10 regular season games, and that's it.
I agree. Yeah.
Says, but if they get bounced early, it's not going to make me feel any better about making the playoffs. Alabama must still show and at least make it to Indiana. I mean, I guess that's more of a personal feeling type thing. Like, I don't know that proves anything one way or the other because somebody's got to win the game. I mean,
Right.
So, like, to me, year 2 under DeBoer, you're in the playoff, you got a chance to win it. I mean, that's
Right.
well, and that's how I go into every game the same way. Is I just want to be in the game in the fourth quarter. Give me a chance to
Right.
win it in the fourth.
Yeah.
It ain't got to because it ain't got to be pretty. It ain't got to look the way you think it ought to look.
Right.
It's do you have a chance to win the game at the end in the fourth quarter?
Right.
And the playoff is much the same way. Do you have a chance to win the Natty? Well, you most definitely don't if you don't make the playoff. But you do if you're in there. So, yeah, I mean, I get what where you're coming from, Alan. But I just think as fans, and Alabama fans are the worst. I'm sorry, they're the worst. They look for ways to be critical about their team. It's a flaw that Alabama fans have. We're the most critical fan base in the entire country. Second is Ohio State.
Yeah.
Because Ohio State was wanting to fire Ryan Day last year, and he's went 10-2, 11-1 every single year he's been there.
Yep.
And if they were wanting to fire him after the freaking Michigan game last year, and then he goes on to win the national championship, and now he's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
You're right. Yeah.
Fans are too fickle.
They're very fickle.
They let
not Luke. Not Luke fickle.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Just let emotions take over, man. You can't do that. You gotta slow down, take a deep breath, look at the big picture. You're in the playoff. You got a chance. Let's see what they do with it.
So, Stacey, I pulled up Alabama's schedule for next year. I mean, 9-game SEC schedule. We've got, of course, Georgia on there again.
Oh, we always do.
Right. Auburn, of course, because it's one of the rivalry games. We go to LSU, which, I mean, we don't know how they're going to look with a new coach and, Kiffin and what they got there. Kentucky, I'm not really worried about them. At Mississippi State, we got to go at Mississippi State. Cowbells galore. I hate that, just at Vandy, at Tennessee. We also play A&M and South Carolina at home. Not to mention, Florida open up Florida State, I think. So it's crazy.
But let's let James Madison in, who had the 127th ranked strength of schedule.
Yeah, right. So that schedule for Alabama is, of course, Georgia's number 3 as of right now. A&M was what, 5th or 6th? Seventh. Vandy ended up probably, I think, 14th. So again, and by that time we all play them, LSU may be ranked, Mississippi State may be ranked, Tennessee may be ranked. I mean,
South Carolina's got enough dudes to be ranked if something.
I mean, my gosh.
And that's what that. And for all you other fan bases outside the SEC, just listen to what Caleb Downs had to say. Did you see what he said, Jake?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
About how it's every week in the SEC you're playing against dudes,
right?
And it's only 3 or 4 times in the Big Ten or something like that.
Well, I mean, truth hurts. Yeah.
Look at NFL rosters and where they come from.
Right.
Just because they don't turn out to be a great team. That doesn't change the fact that when you're going up mano a mano, that you're not going up against one of the best players in the country.
Right. Exactly.
South Carolina's a crap team, but they got 2 of the best edge rushers in the country.
Yeah.
That's why Alabama had Fitz against them.
Right.
And they have a freaking Superman at quarterback.
Right. Exactly. So, Stacey, the top 6 teams in the SEC, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, A&M, those 4 only had 1 conference loss. Texas, Oklahoma, and Vandy, the next 3 have had 2 conference losses. So we're 6 deep by that.
Yep.
Okay, so Indiana, Ohio State, they're both finished conference 9-0. 8-1, Oregon, USC was 7-2, Michigan 7-2. And then you have, I mean, I hate to say a drop off, but Iowa is your, 1, 2, 3, your sixth best team at 6-3, in the conference.
Check, they wouldn't beat Mississippi State.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't beat Vandy for sure.
Auburn might beat Iowa.
Right.
It'd be a low score. It'd be like 6-3, but
well, Auburn's used to 3-2 style.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
I mean, that's what people don't get. Like, they just see the upper end of it.
Right.
But man,
it's every week.
Look at the amount of dudes that South Carolina went what 5-7, 4-8.
Yeah.
Look at this coming NFL draft and the next year's NFL draft. They will. I bet they will have more. The next two draft cycles, they'll have more guys drafted than Iowa, Illinois, Rutgers, Northwestern combined. I would almost be willing to bet money on that.
Yeah, I agree.
And the same could be said about Auburn too.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just the depth of this league, the amount of dudes in this league on each team is just it's crazy. It's cannibalism. And now Greg Sankey's added another game to the freaking schedule.
Yeah, right. And honestly, you get, everybody has recruits and players that leave for the portal. But I mean, you can, and that's across the landscape of college football. Each team is going to be improved next year, regardless. Now, there still may be somebody who ends up 4-8, 5-7, something like that. But because, like you said, Stacey, the cannibalism of this league, it's tough. What Georgia, what Alabama did in this conference, only losing 2 conference games or 1 conference game, it's incredible what happened.
Yeah.
So bravo to those teams. I mean, A&M's only lost 1 in this conference, so it's just crazy. Just crazy.
It is. It really is. It really is. Jake, just looking overall, we're going to wrap it up. Looking at the overall playoff field, which of the top 4 seeds do you think has the least chance to win the Natty?
Out of the top 4 seeds?
Yeah.
I think it's Indiana.
I do too, and it's just because of the way that it's seeded.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
All right. If somebody who, let's say the hosting teams, so the 6, 7, or the 5, 6, 7, and 8 teams, which of those 4 teams has the best chance of winning the national championship?
I think Oregon. Just again because of the seeding.
I agree with that 100%.
Yep.
And then finally, out of the, I guess it would be what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Out of those, who has the best chance?
Alabama.
Yeah. We're looking at that kind of the same.
Yeah.
And it's just really so much about the seeding and all you have.
And I'm not saying that Indiana is going to be a pushover.
Indiana is really freaking good. You don't go undefeated in the Big Ten. And I know their strength of schedule is not just outstanding, but
right.
They prove they're a good football team. Their strength of schedule is 27, so it's top 30. I mean, that's respectable.
It's better than 130th what James Madison's is.
Yeah, exactly. All right, buddy. Yeah. Anything else you want to add real quick?
No, I think we've covered it well, Stacey. Just the biggest thing for Alabama, got to get healthy, got to get our dudes back that we're missing. We talked about it, missing Cuevas on the offensive side of the ball last 2 weeks. Getting him healthy is going to be key. Getting LTL Overton healthy, and hopefully, Zay Brown and Jefferson's not too banged up. Those guys will be back healthy. And Alabama has a chance to make a run, man. I really like our chances.
I do too, buddy. I do too. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up our live show as we react to Alabama making it to the 12-team playoff, as they should. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you do like and subscribe here on YouTube. Jump in the comments if you're watching the post recording or the post live show. Give us your thoughts on Alabama making the playoff and the whole playoff as a whole. And also, we are powered by the Believe Network, which makes us free and available wherever you find your podcast. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, download there. And if you leave us those written reviews on Apple Podcasts, that helps us the absolute most, because that's going to promote our show to other Alabama fans in their algorithm. So help us do that, and we would greatly appreciate it. One last comment here from Tommy. Tommy says, absolutely, Alabama's capable of beating any team in the nation with Coach DeBoer. There's not a shadow of doubt for this fan.
That's right.
Great comment, Tommy. Appreciate you joining the show. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back soon to just give an early look ahead to the Alabama-Oklahoma game. But I'm fixing to go watch some Bama hoops to tip off here in just a minute.
That's
so
right.
I'm going to go watch that. So y'all enjoy that too. And Jake, we'll see you real soon. Until then, roll tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.